I'm streaming and recording. I wonder if it works. I'm not sure, but that's okay. Okay, hopefully the sound works. Looks good on my side. Vim is not an editor. It's an instrument. There I am. I'm on the screen. Hello, everyone. Tell me if my sound is working. Let's see if this works, okay? Now, one other quick little test here. Tell me, I'm live. Does the sound work? Number 2, do you hear this sound right here? Does that make a sound? Does that make a sound? Tell me. If it does, then I'm very happy. La da 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 da. Working great. Oh boy. Oh god. Then we are ready. This hurts? Okay. Hello, everyone. Let's get started. Vim is not an editor. It is an instrument, okay? So, hello. I'm Vegan, coder, streamer, Vim user. So, I got my own website with the .com, you know? Got a vegan bot on GitHub, GitLab, my own website, Twitter, Twitch. I'm streaming there all the time. Bunch of stuff here. So, about me. I started programming when I was 2 years old, okay? I learned C before my ABCs. I was hacking the preschool mainframe for my first felony, all right? Actually, I didn't start using Vim until I was an adult. I was one of those dumb musicians first, you know? Tale as old as time. Playing in bands, you know? Writing songs, teaching guitar lessons, recording others, starting side projects that no one will hear, making no money. And then I found Vim and code at the same time. And I kind of had a revelation here, which was that, hey, wait a minute, Vim is an instrument. When I first started off here, everyone's all these different editors we could try out here. Back in my day, it was, hey, TextMate or maybe TextMate 2. It's $50, so I'm not paying that. Sublime Text, this or that. With Vim, people were always telling me, hey, that's a little bit harder to use, right? But it might, you know, be funner or faster in the long run. And to me, I was like, wait a minute, Vim is an instrument. It takes time to learn instruments. So obviously, I went with Vim, and I've been Vim native this whole time here. So I never had the painful, like people always describe Vim, it's so hard. And I always said, no, Vim is fun, because Vim is an instrument, okay? It's not this hard program here. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about today, is we'll also turn Vim into an instrument. It's kind of what the sounds you heard earlier. So here's what I hear all the time on my stream. People always come in there and they say, how long after I switch to Vim will I be faster at coding? Okay, that's the same as if someone came in and said, hey, if I switch from marimba to guitar, how long until I'm better able to express myself? It makes no sense right here, okay? Vim is an instrument, okay? I know when you were learning a video game, you learned your first week of Halo. At the end of the week, you might be feeling pretty good on Halo. If you're not that good after the first week, you might be a little depressed, like, wait a minute, this game is stupid, this is too hard, etc. But the first year on a violin is always rough. Anyone who's got a child that's learning violin, they will tell you it is painful. Just 1 year is nothing here, okay? Because Vim is an instrument. You don't know what you're going to type on there. This isn't a game that we're trying to beat the exact right sequence for, right? We have various tools and building blocks and techniques and shortcuts that we combine in different ways, much how music works, where you're combining phrases and riffs and licks as we use commands and techniques and shortcuts and whatnot, because Vim is an instrument. And this kind of makes up your Vim vocabulary here. And so we'll talk today about, like, I've always thought of, like, you know, pretty much since the beginning, Vim as an instrument. I've always thought about building vocabulary and whatnot. So we'll talk through what that means. So there's kind of different levels of consciousness that your vocabulary exists at, as well as your vocabulary also exists in different situations. I think an easy example to kind of show is on a guitar. You'll know a bunch of guitar players who will be able to crush that E minor guitar solo. All of a sudden, you're half step up. You're in F minor. It's one note up, okay? 0 becomes 1, and they can't play anything. It's all over. Some people, you'll see them, they're just shredding up that 4/4, but all of a sudden you go to a little 3/4 waltz, and they're just tripping over themselves, right? So there's different situations where you have this automatic recall, and you have to, you got to find where they all go here. Okay, so my general theory is that we can use some techniques for learning to improvise in music, to learn how to use Vim better. So preface here, you have to have a minimum to express yourself in the first place here. So on guitar, once you know 3 chords, you got 5 notes to solo with. That's your basic pentatonic scale. You can do a full career right here, okay? You can start expressing yourself and working on techniques and doing whatever you need. But you've got the basics here just to make something, to write a simple song. I mean, AC/DC, they only have two chords sometimes. You don't even need three. Vim, it's kind of similar. If you can open, close, save files, move around, save some text, change some stuff, some different modes. Basic business right here, then that's pretty much what we're hoping you to be here. Because the whole idea is, I'm assuming you can do basic editing, because the goal is we want to teach you to fish. Because you'll see with Vim, it's not going to be like, no one who uses Vim, I've been using Vim for the past like 7-8 years, somewhere around there. I don't like continually take a course every month to get better at Vim. I don't then, read a new book about Vim every year. You just keep adding on to your own pile and build your own tools to be able to improve and teach yourself. Because remember, okay, you learn alone in the practice room, all right? This is not like, for music, you can have a guitar lesson, once a week. You can have it twice a week. That's still only probably 2 hours a week. How many hours a week are you practicing? So much more. And it's super similar with Vim. You can stop and read a tutorial, watch a blog post, watch a conference talk, visit a stream. But really, all the work you get done is done in a practice room alone. So I want to give you the tools to make your own tools up and have fun with this, okay? So the first thing we're going to talk about is practice versus performance. This is a key concept that I think some people don't think about when they're approaching Vim, and it's extra stressful here. Okay, if you separate out these two concepts between when you're practicing and when you're performing, you can find that you can get a lot more results just having dedicated practice time and then relaxing while you're performing, I guess, in general. So the first thing I'm always going to say is anyone who plays an instrument, I'm going to bet all my money, but I'll bet some of my money. Most people have a practice journal of some sort, and I'm always encouraging people to do the same, and I really, really, really want to say, everyone, make a practice journal. How do you know what you're working on? You're confused. God, I learned this command and now I forgot it next week. God, I was kind of getting better at it, but now I don't remember how to do it anymore. Wait, what was that thing that I learned the other week? You got to keep track of it somewhere here. So what I do is I have a quick editor, a little alias for VG, for Vim Journal, to open up a journal on your computer. Put it wherever you like here. But it's super, super important to keep track of just essentially what is the stuff you're annoyed with? You don't know what you're going to fix right now. What are you currently researching? What are you experimenting with? What you're working on? Running track of what you are trying to actively improve on. Then you can start dedicating your practice time because you've got a list of actually what I'm actually working on right here. If you're a musician, you don't wake up and say, okay, today I'll just do scales. It's not scales. It's okay. I'm learning this piece of music. This piece of music requires me to practice these certain type of things. Let me break this thing down to start practicing those certain types of things here. So, okay. What is practice? Okay, so you want to record what you're working on, okay, record what you want to work on, and be conscious of when you're in each different mode here, practice versus performance right here. So practice is just intentional. There's not some here's all the things that make something exactly practice right here, okay? You just focus the time. Like the gym, it doesn't have to be long. Seriously, I don't practice like this for Vim. If you did 30 minutes a day practicing Vim, treating it like, an instrument or a workout, oh my God, you'd be so good here, okay? But yeah, take notes, do research, experiment with things, repeat things here. Okay, so here, I'll give you a little peek at my journal right here. Here's my Vim journal here. Okay, so now, one thing, since we want to add a little bit of music in here as well, so wait a minute. This is my Vim journal that I've just, edited a little bit. My truthful journal's down here. I don't want to show you that, though. I can't let you guys actually know what I'm working on. No, this is my real journal right now. So I've got little sections right here, warming up, researching, experimenting with, annoyed with. Here's something I saw right today from this Vim conference. I saw Prime post this inside of one of the chat talks here, and I said, wait a minute. Prime said that's one of his most used commands here? Well, then I'm going to steal that and I'm going to research it later. Now, I'm not going to stop and research it at this exact moment here, but I got in the researching section. I wake up in a morning and I say, God, I'm not feeling like I'm getting better at Vim today. I want to practice something. What should I practice? Hey, here's a section for researching. Prime's hitting VF, curly brace, %V all the time. Maybe I should be too here. So a little working on section. This is my actual working on section. Just listing things that I'm trying to remind myself to work on right here. Okay. So let's talk about some hacks now. Okay, so let's get into the fun stuff here. So first of all, this whole idea of Vim being an instrument, I wanted to have a little bit of fun, try and turn it into an instrument. And so here's the way we've accomplished this hack, okay? The general way, oh God, I'm missing a slide actually. Hey, let's see. I might have added this slide recently. Let me go back. Here we are. Into the hacks. Here we go. Hacks. Beautiful. So I'm using Python, MIDI, Fluid Synth, and Telnet. So I'm using Python to react to various things in Vim to send MIDI over to Fluid Synth over Telnet. That's the full hack. Not too crazy, not too crazy. So I'm using Pi and Vim to communicate with NeoVim to listen for the commands. That is just sending MIDI over Telnet to Fluid Synth, but I just have running locally right here, okay? This is conference code, people, okay? These are hacks on hacks on hacks. But because of this, it gives us the ability to write little things like this, right? Here's a stupid little program here that is, we've got connecting to Telnet over 9988. That's where my Fluid Synth lives right now. Whenever I hit enter, I'm just playing some notes over MIDI, right? I could just fluid.write. I'm just sending messages over here. We all know the MIDI protocol. It's something we all learned when we were a child here. So I'm just sending over raw MIDI messages right here. It's really simple. I've got a little function right here. It's terrible code. We can look at it in a second. But this allows us to do things like this. So let's say that I'm working inside my journal and let's go to my journal. And I want to practice. I'm going to say, I want to be more intentional about what I'm doing. I don't want to just spaz out everywhere. So what I'll do is I will put on a mode that will just, every time I'm moving my cursor around, it plays a note here. So here we go. This is great. This, I already feel like I'm editing better. Now I can get some work done right here. I'll say, okay, hello, this is work. And then if I start spazzing out, I can hear myself, the chaos, of me spazzing out. It makes me want to maybe program a little bit better. So, I'm going to try and every day when I go inside of my basic mode here, start my practice of the day, put on this beautiful mode to be able to play some sounds. Now, this might get a little distracting here, because I do want to be musical here. So maybe we'll do something a little bit nicer here. Now, people used to play this instrument called the marimba, right? But it's out of date. There's a much better version. We fixed it. It's called the MIDI marimba. And it's 13. Everyone knows that. We should all memorize our MIDI codes here. And so most of the time when I'm working these days, this is generally how I like to work here. So just move around. And okay, let's see. Okay, so experimenting with MIDI in my Vim. Okay, so there we go. Okay. Things are going great. Oh, exactly. John Cage is a big influence on what we're doing, So, there's we can obviously choose different instruments. So that's all through this beautiful, this is just, oh my God, this mountain of Python hack here. And we've got more. So we've got an instrument here, and we're going to try and use the combination of this hack of this instrument here to be able to actually, I don't know, see if we can make some music while we're programming. I don't know. We'll see what it sounds like. It might sound terrible right here. Now, I know what you're looking at right here. You're seeing this slide right here, and I can already hear it ringing in my ears. It hurts me right now. Just Teach going, you could do this in Lua, okay? Well, guess what? I don't know how to program Lua, okay? I started doing it, and I was wasting too much time learning Lua, okay? So, we'll get to that later. I did do one thing, okay? So we have a little function that actually was used, I think TJ added this, for Prime to collect the APM figures. I stole that register callback keystroke, and I'm actually saving all the keystrokes into a file. So we do have another mode where I am doing every single file mode, but that's really, we're moving the John Cage, Schoenberg. We're getting into some real experimental music here. We'll try that at the end because it's experimental music. Sometimes things go wrong, okay? Okay, so also I've totally stomped all over my namespace with my hacks. Here's all the various hacks I've added for this presentation. None of these are real. This is all terrible. No one put this in your actual Vim, okay? This was for this. This is conference code, but this is what we'll be showing off today. Okay, back to the talk here, okay? All right, so there's 3 levels of knowledge. I distilled all 36 levels down into 3. So Vim vocab exists at 3 levels. You're aware of some vocab, you can perform it, but it isn't reached for automatically. And finally, it's under your fingers without thought. You don't have to think about it, just second nature for you, okay? So focus practice is when you know what you're working on specifically, what technique, and then what you're trying to do. What are you trying to do with this technique? Are you trying to become aware of a new technique, learn it? Are you trying to, get it under the fingers initially? Are you really trying to master it and, try in different extensions and play with it and move it and just have it be something that's, one with you here, okay? Okay, so here, let's show a little example of another stupid idea I had here. So for me, I don't know, you hear this rumor a lot, which is you don't want to be inside insert mode that much. You want to be in normal mode all the time. So you might notice on my screen, people ask me all the time on the stream, well, you probably can't even see, I might even be covering it, but why doesn't it tell if you're in insert mode or not? And I like to hide that. I don't want to know if I'm in insert mode or not, but then it hit me here. I do want to not be in insert mode. I want to avoid insert mode as much as possible. I should never be typing words out. That sounds silly. I should always have other shortcuts or, I should be copy and pasting all of my code. So what I've decided to do is we've got a nice little mode here called Enable Insert Mode. Wherever I go in insert mode, we get this nice tone here. So now we know whenever I'm in insert mode right here, I should be typing, hello, okay, we're good, we're done. Oh God, oh no, okay, there's another sound we can hear in the background. People, this is a presentation of making music with Vim. So there is another sound you might hear in the background. There is a bug that I have not figured out that I introduced, I don't know, 10 minutes before this presentation, where of other things where another sound was playing low and deep, and I didn't know where it's coming from. I'll figure it out. I should always be in copy mode. Always be, you want a C major? I got a C major 9 sharp 11 here. Okay, I got that F, I got that A minor. Okay. So the idea here is that just to know when I'm in insert mode and when I'm not insert mode, we just quickly, here, we can actually look at the code because it's pretty goofy here. You know, oh God, this is terrible code. Terrible code. I just quickly choose a chord to play right here, right? So now as I'm living my dream, I'm writing in my journal here. I'm trying to be more focused here. Hello. We are doing great. Oh God, oh God, oh God, we got a bug. Oh God, oh wait, no, multiple things. Let's try it again. Okay, that just was a stupid example of adding something, okay? Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. See what else we have in this world. Okay, so you have all this different stuff here. I don't know, we're adding goofy stuff here. You have all these shortcuts. Apparently this is an instrument. Vim is an instrument. Okay, then what do I learn? How do I choose which of these things to learn here? And this is something that I never hear people talk about, I feel like, and I want to emphasize it so much here. You gotta do what feels good. We don't talk about this enough as a community, but there are so many people that they don't realize that there are so many factors that relate to something feeling good for you that will result in whether you're going to use it often. Okay, so everyone's physically different. Everyone's got different keyboards. Some of us have really cool Ergodox keyboards. Other people, you know, have like lame Kinesis keyboards. It's all different out there, okay? There's mappings. The different mappings people use are different, right? People have different habits from other programs. Someone, some StarCraft 2 Pro here, they might have some shortcuts that are deep in their fingers, and transferring this other shortcut to it makes perfect sense. And there's no reason undoing 20 years of StarCraft, you know, because you want to match someone else's workflow. People have different types of text they work with too. It's another crazy thing. Who knows what you're actually doing right here? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. No shots fired. No shots fired. Okay, I just gotta say, I mean, come on, look at that thing. It's split. It's split. Okay, no big deal. So, you know, there's so many factors. You know, different amounts of cats walking in or around the keyboard can totally affect what shortcuts you use. Right now, I am catless here, so I don't have to worry about cats touching either sides of my keyboard. I found myself, when I was surrounded with cats, a keyboard that was attached, that was easier to perform with one hand was useful if you need to keep the cat off with the other hand here. So, you know, these things are super important. You got to actually figure out what works for you, okay? So, check it out. Here's a dumb example of things that I'm just like giving you the dumbest examples of how things work for me. So for me personally, everyone who knows me knows I like a couple color schemes, okay? I like to change. Some people use one color scheme for, I don't know, 6 months, a year, maybe their whole lifetime. I average around, I don't know, I like to do, I think I counted, it's like 50 to 150 color schemes a day. So with that here, I kind of like to just have a fidget, you know, as I'm sitting here. This was personally just for me. I like to tap on my keyboard. I used to just do this. And I'm like, well, that's no fun here. So literally, just because it feels good, I've decided to add leader JL to change my color scheme. And obviously, since we're doing a Vim presentation, we've added a little bit of dramatic flair here. So now as I'm sitting here, I just sit here and just spam this because it feels good to me. There's no reason for this to happen. Oh God, I'm changing my instrument here. So, you know, like this is just for pure fun here, okay? Now, another thing is on these different keyboards, that's not a good color scheme. That's not a good color scheme. Oh, God. Okay, one more. There you go. That's a better one. Okay, that's a better one. You know, other examples are, you know, for your keyboards and hands, right? The way I've remapped, I have a control key under this pinky right here, and I've got a little, what is it called? Single quote under this pinky right here. Because of that, everything under control and single quote, oh, that sounds great to me. Oh, using marks? We want to use marks everywhere? Oh my God, they feel so good in Vim. Why? Because I've got that just right underneath my hand. Someone else might be like, hey, my single quote used to be way up here, and it's like I did never use single quote marks here. And the reason why is because it didn't work for my keyboard here. Now, I could remap it, or I could just say, guess what? Not everyone needs to be a mark expert. Not everyone needs to be use this particular feature. Just like with music, I think like with, you know, I don't know, Vim and editors and whatnot, we always think that we're all trying to reach some ideal goal. We're all going to be the same. It's the same video game that we're trying to beat. But if you think of it more like an instrument, the idea is that we're all getting different skills, okay? B.B. King plays nothing like Steve Vai, okay? And they both have their own things to learn from. And one person goes deeper into one, you know, technique than the other for that's what they like. That's what feels good to them. Do what feels good. Vim is supposed to be fun, people, okay? Okay, now, all that advice, it's off, okay? Ignore all of it, okay? Do what doesn't feel good. Ignore every piece of advice I just gave. Do what doesn't feel good, okay? So some stuff is uncomfortable at the beginning, and you got to learn whether you're going to invest in it or not, okay? But this is something I think that is another important idea, that I think people treat Vim in so much as like a video game or a path that you don't want to make any mistakes. I think there's nothing wrong with having a very, very stupid command mapped for 6 months. Whoops, you were doing wacky stuff. You mapped over another very useful. Right now, listen to this, people. Listen to how dumb this is. I'm over in here. Look at, what if I want to move this channel up here? Well, someone would say, hey, use Control A to move it up. Well, guess what? I'm a dummy, and I map my Control A to be, okay, let me turn that off, to be an A minor key, okay? So, with a giant bang at the same time. Whoops. I don't know why there's going. Well, let me. I don't know why there's a giant sound at the same time here. But that's life. Okay. But yeah, I mapped over a very important key function with a stupid, goofy function here. Some other smart Vim would be like, you did that wrong. Who cares? I got to use A minor for a fun 6 months, and then I moved on, okay? Okay, so but sometimes you do want to try stuff. You have to just, feel this out on your own. Sometimes you'll see how someone's using it, like, ooh, I want that skill. Okay, I can see the pain. Sometimes you have to like rethink of how you're approaching things. Maybe you do need to like remap a key or move some keys around or something like that. I don't know. Okay, quick keyboard, soapbox. Okay, people. Guitars don't make you a better guitar player. Keyboards don't make you a better coder, okay? We all know that, okay? Gear is awesome, but just remember, it's mostly for fun or for final last 5% optimizations, because this is a problem when you get to this stuff. We start talking about, hey, listen, shortcuts are different for different people. People use different keyboards. I use an ErgoDox. Someone says that, and someone says, oh God, I need an ErgoDox. That is not what we're saying. That's like the final thing here, okay? You don't need a ErgoDox to do the things we're doing. You got to figure out what is for yourself, okay? Do not listen to what Prime says, okay? He's all wrong here, okay? Now, unless you're using cherry reds, then you probably want to fix that before anyone finds out. You're not able to program with those. They're not up to grade here. I think that depending on what country you're in, it can be illegal to do engineering tasks on them here. I don't even really get that joke. That's just for keyboard people. Apparently, we hate them. I don't know. Okay, moving on. Back to music. Vim is an editor, okay? It's not an editor, it's an instrument. So let's talk about warming up here. So a lot of people think about warming up in the context of sports, and you think about warming up your fingers physically. And I hate to say this, people, I actually don't feel like that in the morning. I don't actually need to warm up my fingers too much physically. But in music, warming up is kind of a different concept oftentimes. Oftentimes what you're doing is warm-ups are there to actually get things deeper into your system here. So you choose things that you want to like get better at over time, or you want to prep yourself to use all day, as your warm-up here, okay? So this is good if you want to take things from level 1 to level 2, level 2 to level 3, put it in that warm-up. When you talk to musicians, a lot of times they will have they'll be like, this certain, wow, you play that so perfectly. That's my warm-up here. They're like, oh, why are you so good at it? I play it every day. It's a warm-up. So deep in there. So you can be conscious about what you're choosing for the warm-ups here. So my suggestion is just choose some simple Vim vocab, create some simple exercises, keep adjusting them as you learn to keep messing with them and keep them fun. And then over time, it'll get deeper and deeper. Once you're bored, move on. Vim is supposed to be fun. It's an instrument, not an editor, okay? Okay? Hey, if you got any good warm-ups, okay, share them, okay? All right, if you make some, please. Here's a little example of in mine here. Here's a little warm-up for me, okay? So for me, I really am screwing up these days, and I don't use curly brace and parenthesis, $, caret. I don't use these enough to navigate around anymore. So my warm-up, something super simple, right? I might just read help something, right? And then just practice using those particular things. So right in the morning, okay, we're starting off of the day. Here we go. Here, let's put on a little music here. And then, okay, let's go. Here we go. Okay, so the end of the line. Oh, whoops. End, oh God, see, I can't even do it right. Sorry, the music is distracting. End of the line, beginning of the line, end of the line, beginning of the line. Okay? Next sentence, last sentence, next sentence, next paragraph, last paragraph. Okay, let's change this instrument though, okay? Pan flute, let's go to the violin. That's a little, that's classier. Okay, sorry, classier, okay. But yeah, just something to so I would pick some simple thing like that. Like, let me read some docs right here, navigating with these 4 commands here just for 5 minutes, right? Then I might be reading some docs here, and I'm prepping my fingers to use $, and caret and curly brace and parenthesis all day right here. So, hey, if you get a warm-up, share it with me, okay? All right, games and exercises. So this is something where I feel like a lot of musicians do this naturally because it's part of learning. You have teaching yourself here, but a lot of programmers, I don't see all Vim users right away approach this, okay? So this is AKA teach a Vimmer to fish here. So first of all, we all play one game. We all know VimGolf. VimGolf's the process of saying, let me take a command I typically type for whatever task here, and let me try and accomplish it as few keystrokes as possible. In doing this, you end up researching, learning about new techniques. It's very cool. However, it's a really analytical game, right? It's helping you like learn about new things. You're not going to like play 1,000 rounds of Vim Golf and necessarily start shredding the speed faster here. Now, we've actually got other Vimmers, other speakers of this conference who also made their own games. Look at both Tej and Prime both have made their own games here. Look at Tej has got Train and Vim. Prime's got Vim Be Good. You know, so they already know how to fish, right? There's other people that are doing this. It's not just me. We're all here making, different types of games here. So, I would say that the Vim Be Good and Train, I don't think that Tej and Prime, I'm speaking for them, they didn't make these necessarily just for other people, for the world. They made them for themselves, And this is what we do as musicians. We make games for ourselves, okay? So I would put there's two types of games in my mind, two simple ways to approach it here, okay? There's artificial restrictions and then there's feature overuse. These are the two ways of going for games here, okay? So artificial restrictions, choose something not to use. Make it annoying to use. Maybe make it impossible to use right now. Okay, so I've got a confession, everyone. This is embarrassing, okay? I am a terrible, I'm a J spammer. I'm a K spammer. Look, I go up and down like this. This is embarrassing, everyone. This is what I do here, okay? So now I want to make a little game for myself. I want to stop the J and the K spam here, okay? So what I've done is we've got a new feature here called Loud HKJL, which will play a beautiful orchestral hit every time I go up and down here to try and get me to stop doing this, okay? So now let me move around a little bit. See, it's a lot more dramatic here. See, I probably delete this line. Oh God, oh God, oh God, there's more features here. Oh God. Okay, so see, now it makes me not want to do it. I kind of want to go like this now. That's better. That's better. See? We're living better now, okay? Okay, I could get the relative line numbers if we wanted to, but not today, not today. See, I don't mind the J and the K often, but see, you got to sometimes, it helps you use other features here. Okay, let me turn that thing off. Okay, that thing will drive you a little crazy here, okay? Okay, wait, the organ is 20, is it really 20? Because I'll play the organ if you want to hear it. It's good, it's beautiful. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Oh God, it's beautiful. Oh man, beautiful. Okay, back to business here. Okay, so artificial restrictions. Choose something not to use, make it annoying to use, make it impossible to use. A lot of times it's also you can just put things as no-op. When I made this talk, I accidentally made 1,000,000 no-ops, or I accidentally broke 1,000 things. Even right now, I broke D, and that last screen I didn't show you, but my D command was broken as I alias to play a sound. Here, watch this. If I go right here and I try and delete this line. Oh, never mind, wait, let me turn on this, and I go D. It just plays the sound right here instead. It doesn't let me delete anything. The reason why I was trying to stop using D and use C instead here. Now I can't use D. Pretty painful. Okay. Turn that off. Okay, back to business here. So yeah, a lot of times when people are starting Vim, it's like don't use the arrow keys, and someone will say make them a no-op. Why make them a no-op? Why don't you make them play an annoying sound instead? That's a much funner way of doing things. Okay. So, no arrow keys, no insert mode, no HKJL. These are all examples. The insert mode feature was another one I was trying to kind of simulate this with. And so this feature right here, insert mode enabled. I was trying to make it so I wouldn't stay in insert mode as often here, but it sounds so beautiful. I end up staying in it all the time, but I can change the instrument for it. So I believe with this one, I can say I don't know, instead of that instrument, we'll go to 34. I don't know what this is. Oh, wait. Oh God, there's too many commands here. Oh, that's good. See, that's a little bit worse here. See, so that sounds a little bit more distant. I'm like, oh, let's get out of insert mode. Actually, that one's not that bad. Okay, I got to work on my harmonies here. This is all a hack, people. Okay. So the next style is feature overuse. So one game is just saying, let me remove these tools and see what new tools come out from having no tools here. The other way you could say is, let's take something and abuse the heck out of it, okay? Let's use C for everything, okay? Let's use G to the nth degree. Do whatever we can for this, okay? Visual mode 24/7, whatever you can do. A lot of this is, I think, a lot of how these games like that Tej and Prime kind of made. You're really focusing on, moving around with motion features, really just hammering them out so you get better and better at them. So, just pick one thing and just go buck wild with it. Can you edit a whole file doing everything, with pure substitutions? I don't know. I'd like to see a video of that. Okay, another important thing, last thing with playing music here is jamming with others, okay? Listen, you want to get good fast? You jam with others, okay? Play with other people here, okay? So tips for jamming. Make sure you can learn so much if you approach other people who are using Vim as other musicians, and it's not as I don't know, we're all not trying to get to some final Vim configuration we're trying to get to here. So be like, how do you use Vim? How do you use, these particular shortcuts and keystrokes here? Oh, what did you map for that here? So my suggestion when you jam for some others is just take some notes, okay? Figure out where their sources got from, where they learn these things from. Figure out what their use cases are, okay? Ask them what they used to use before, because sometimes that'll help you figure out what to transfer to. You knew, hey, we used this before, now we're using this here. And then it's also good to try out other people's styles in general. Just do whatever they're doing. Type the keys. If it feels weird, who cares? Just live in another genre. Play whatever they're doing, okay? And just see how it feels for a little bit and see what influences you. It's not that big of a deal to just try some new stuff. It's music, people. Also, get the surrounding tips. I think it's super important here. Someone will be like, here's what I typically do to get into this tip. So it's like, okay, I'm editing this file. Okay, well, I don't know, I perform this substitution here. Well, when you perform this substitution, oh, I'm doing this type of refactoring. Oh, when refactoring, that's a good tool to use for this here. Also, I got to find some jam partners. So, Twitch, that's a ton of places where I've learned so many Vim tips. Literally Prime and Jim Teach, both of them, learned a ton of Vim on there. Discord, Slacks, Gitters, tons of different places. Meetups, both local and digital, like this one. Coworkers, Twitter, all these different places. So just find some people and just be like, you don't need to jam for someone for that long. You can literally just jam for, I don't even know, you know what I mean? Like 30 minutes, and you could learn everything could change. Getting one shortcut from jamming with someone could change the game. Getting one lick from a jam session, oh my God, that could be the greatest thing ever, okay? Also, if you want some async jam partners, YouTube and screencasts, I learned a ton of my Vim actually from Destroyal Software. Watching those screencasts and literally just pausing the video and then looking through and seeing, oh my God, wait, what did you just do right there? Okay, how do you do that? Okay, let me start doing that on my own. So many weird habits and stuff I just stole right directly from there here. Okay. So, wrap up, okay? Everyone, practice versus play. If you don't think about this, it's important. You can get a lot more out of your work if you think about, hey, I'm going to have some dedicated practice time, okay? Keep a Vim practice journal. If one person keeps a Vim practice journal after this, I've done my job, all right? Warm-ups aren't just physical. They're to prep you for the day. Get a warm-up. Share it with me, okay? Play games. Restrict things. Overuse things. Both two good ways to play games. Make your own. Play other people's games. Jam with others. Make some friends. It's music, people. Time to collaborate, all right? Have fun. Don't take things too serious. All right. Thank you. This is all my stuff. GitHub, GitLab, GitVegan. It says 30 minutes. I'll play you some songs if you guys want to hear them. Or do questions. I don't know if I'm going to get kicked off or not. Or I need Prime or someone to tell me. If not, here's my conference, everyone. Let's put on all the music here. There we go. Oh, this is good. Okay, we'll turn on all the modes here. Oh God. Oh God. There we go. This is great. Okay, there we go. We love this. We love this. This is, oh God. Okay, I'll stop. Go fight. Okay, lovely. If anyone's got any questions, I can answer any questions, or I can keep showing off this stupid stuff right here. So here, I'll show you, I guess, really how dumb this thing is, everyone, because this is seriously about as hacks as you can possibly get right here, okay? So here's this Python code. Here, let's look at the basic cursor move one. So here's cursor move right here. Oh God. So here, let's first turn on the music here. Here we go. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, you're right. Peter, thank you. Let's do one last thing. So let's record what we're doing. So I did build one last thing, which is, let's see if this works. Let's see. Okay, see, it says in there, it says collecting the sounds here. Now we are collecting all of my movements, and every time I save, we will play a Yoko-esque song composed for everyone here, okay? So we're just moving around here. Let's refactor this, okay? Okay, everyone, you hear that? Okay, God. Okay, now we're doing great, everyone. Okay, there we go. Okay, oh no. I've got too many shortcuts here. Okay, let's go back to this. So every time oh God. So every time I save, what's happening here is it is taking all of the sounds, all the keystrokes, it's saying ORD on them, getting the Unicode, and then typing that to MIDI with a random instrument. So we're getting some real Yoko Ono stuff here. The software I'm using for this presentation is Look at Me. It's a little Python project here, and I stole this from Tej. Tej did his presentation yesterday in Look at Me, and I switched my whole presentation from Scent over to Look at Me instead. Listen to this great song we've written in the background. That was just my keystrokes right before. Apparently that's what I sound like. I didn't know that here. But yes, thank you, Tej. That's it. Look at me. Pretty cool. Simple. It's just Markdown is the whole idea. So I will upload my presentation as well. Okay, I got to turn this thing off. There we go. So my whole presentation, if you look at it right here, it's just a simple Markdown file. Beautiful. Super easy. Life is so great here. Okay, here. Actually, sorry, everyone. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, man. Sorry. This is the hard part about making music. You don't always know what you've queued up here. Okay. Oh God. Okay, back to what we're showing with the Python one. So here's the cursor mode enabled. I'm trying to get this to stop. It's not stopping. It's not stopping. This is, I knew I shouldn't have turned this mode on. The problem is it recorded all my keystrokes, so there's too many. Okay. The only way to stop it is stop fluid synth. Yeah, we're way behind. Okay. Oh my God, this is absolute chaos. This is absolute, I've done it, everyone. I've done it. I told you I would only do this mode at the end here because I've actually successfully crashed it. I've successfully crashed it with too much output here. Oh my God. And that's my cue. That's my cue. See ya, God. Okay. See, the question is, I regret nothing. I regret nothing. Oh no. Okay, wait. Oh God. Okay, so what's happening is that we've recorded we've recorded all of our output. We record it to a file. I have another file that is now reading the music and then playing it here. The problem is that we've built up too long of a queue over to send over to Fluid Synth. Yes, we've got past it. Yes. Okay, that's the problem when you play music. Okay, you play music with your editor. Sometimes you get saved. Thank God I have a bug in my code here by trying to send JK to it. Let's not turn that mode on again, okay? That was a little bit too much here. Okay, Arnold Schoenberg. See, I was gonna actually talk even for my presentation here. If you look at this, it's actually funny. See, I was ready to talk about some people here. See, look at, I've got our boy John Cage right here. He's a big inspiration for this. Schoenberg, see, you know Schoenberg is a giant inspiration, Victor, for this presentation. I was listening to Schoenberg and I said, God, I must complete what he's done. I'm listening, but I feel like we're still too attached to tonality. There must be a way to free us further from it. So, I did some meditating on it and we figured it out here. So how did you get that interruption here? So that interruption, I didn't actually ever get it. I literally just ran out of sequences. 2 over there. There's Tej. Okay, listen. You got to have Tej over here because he's always over here telling me to use Lua. And I don't want to use Lua. I don't want to use it here, okay? I don't want to use it, okay? Listen, I'm sick of every time I do a little bit of Python. You can do this in Lua. You can do this in Lua. Okay? Listen, I know you can do it in Lua. I know you can do it in Lua. Okay? Okay, so also this whole thing I made this whatever music thing, off stream the other day, but I do stream Monday through Friday at around this time, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. PST, Monday through Friday, and usually Sundays as well. So if you want to see other Vim wackiness, or we're doing Python and Go, you can vote on my color scheme. We've got a soundboard economy. We've got a bunch of wacky stuff going on there. So if you're interested in, I don't know, this level of weirdness here, I seen it. Okay. Isn't Python slow and Lua faster? I mean, that's what people say. Now, is a male. Do I want things to be faster? Are my music needs good enough? Do I need it to go faster than this? Do I need to? Do I need this to go faster? Do I want this? Also, let's listen to my color scheme change one more time here. God dang, I love that color scheme change. See, I wrote that. I programmed that in there. You want to see how I wrote that in here? Okay, let's find it. Because I wrote this myself. This is artisanal, handcrafted. Okay. Okay, we did it. Question: did you practice journey help you to master a backtick deck? If yes, start a practice. If yes, we'll start a practice journal. So what's it called? Michael Angelo Zizi. That's one I'm working on right now. Recently. But that is not one that is totally underneath my habits, but I've had so many that are now deep underneath my habits because of, listing them off there and then going back and looking at them and eventually moving them off the list. A lot of times I'm trying to make blog posts or share with people here. So, Began, we cannot kick you. We can't kick you. Okay, I'll get off. Everyone, I'm getting off. Later, everyone. I'll see you in the future. Is this a BM? My info's all inside of Twitch for my audio information, but I'm going to get off.